Russia, China, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Iran. What do these countries have in common? They all banned Mormon missionaries. And the reasons are way more political than you think. I'm going to show you 10 countries where sending Mormon missionaries will get you arrested, deported, or worse, and what each ban reveals about religion, power, and national identity. Let's go. 10 countries that banned Mormon missionaries. Number 10, North Korea, the ban. Total. Absolute. No exceptions. Why? North Korea doesn't ban religions. It replaces them. The Kim family is the religion. Worshipping anyone else, including Jesus, is treason. What happens if you try? Prison camp. Execution. No trial. Mormon presence. 0. The church doesn't even try. What this reveals? Some governments see religion as competition for loyalty, and they eliminate competition. Next. Number 9. Saudi Arabia, the ban. All non-Islamic missionary activity prohibited. Why? Saudi Arabia is an Islamic theocracy. Sharia law is state law. Converting Muslims to another religion is punishable by death. What happens if you try? Deportation if you're lucky. Prison if you're not. Execution if you converted a Saudi citizen. Mormon presence. 0 official presence. A few expat members meet secretly in private homes. What this reveals? Theocracies cannot tolerate competing truth claims. When your entire government is based on religious authority, other religions are existential threats. Moving on. Number 8. Afghanistan, the ban. Complete prohibition on Christian evangelism. Why? Islamic State. Taliban control. Converting from Islam's apostasy. Punishable by death. What happens if you try? You don't. The church evacuated all members and missionaries years ago. Mormon presence. None since Taliban takeover. What this reveals? In failed states controlled by extremists, religious freedom disappears first. Next country. Number 7. China, the ban. Not technically banned, but effectively impossible. Why? The Chinese Communist Party allows religion only under strict state control. Foreign religious organizations cannot proselytize. Chinese nationals and expats cannot attend the same meetings. The 2025 shock. Beijing shut down Mormon congregations completely. Claimed the church operated without proper registration. What happens now? A few secret meetings in homes. No missionaries, no temples, no growth. Mormon response. The church announced plans for a Shanghai temple in 2020. China denied any knowledge of such plans. The temple was never built. What this reveals? Authoritarian governments tolerate religion as long as it submits to state power. The moment it grows independently, it gets crushed. Keep going. Number 6. Iran, the ban. Islamic Republic. Converting Muslims illegal. Why? Sharia law. Theocratic government. Christianity seen as Western cultural imperialism. What happens if you try? Arrest, imprisonment, execution for apostasy if you convert an Iranian. Mormon presence. None. 0. The church doesn't operate there. What this reveals? When religion and government merge, competing religions become political enemies automatically. Next. Number 5. Somalia, the ban. Islamic militant control. No Christian missionary work allowed. Why? Al-Shabaab and other militant groups control large areas. They execute Christians. What happens if you try? Kidnapping. Execution. No rescue. Mormon presence. None. What this reveals? In war zones, religion becomes a weapon, and missionaries become targets. Moving on. Number 4. Turkmenistan, the ban. One of the most restrictive religious freedom environments on earth. Why? Authoritarian dictatorship. All religious activity must be registered with the government. Unregistered religious meetings are illegal. What happens if you try? Arrest, deportation, fines, prison. Mormon presence, tiny. A handful of members meet secretly. What this reveals: post-Soviet dictatorships learned from the USSR. Control religion, control the population. Next, number 3. Russia, the ban. The Yarovaya Law, passed 2016, made proselytizing outside official worship sites illegal. Why? 3 reasons. 1. Protect the Russian Orthodox Church's monopoly. Putin uses the Orthodox Church for political legitimacy. Foreign religions threaten that. 2. Anti-American sentiment. Mormon missionaries are mostly American. They're seen as cultural infiltration. 3. Control. Any organization with loyalty to a foreign headquarters, Salt Lake City, is a threat to state power. What happened? All American missionaries expelled by 2022. Some deported. Some banned for 5 years. Brigham Young University added to Russia's list of undesirable organizations. Current status: Russian Mormon members still meet, but no missionaries, no growth, just survival. What this reveals: nationalism and religion are inseparable. When governments decide our religion defines national identity, their religion becomes an enemy. This next one surprised me. #2. Israel the twist. Israel doesn't officially ban Mormon missionaries. But what actually happens? Israel allows Mormon members and tourists, but does not permit active proselytizing. The church can operate for members, but cannot try to convert Jews or Muslims. Why? Proselytizing Jews is culturally offensive and politically dangerous. Proselytizing Muslims violates agreements with Palestinian authorities. Mormon presence: small congregation for expats and tourists. No missionary work. 1 BYU study abroad program. No temple. What this reveals: even democracies restrict religious freedom when conversion threatens cultural or political stability. And now, number 1. #1. Cuba. Why this is number 1? Because it shows how bans evolve. The history: Communist Cuba banned all missionary work for decades. The church had no presence. 0. The shift. In the 1990s and 2000s, Cuba slowly softened. The church was allowed to operate quietly. Members could meet, but no missionaries. Current status 2026. Still no foreign missionaries officially. But the church operates. Members meet. Some growth happens through member missionary work. What this reveals: bans are not permanent. Governments change. Policies evolve. What's banned today might be tolerated tomorrow. But also, some bans never fully lift. Cuba tolerates Mormons now, but still controls them, still limits them, still watches them. Okay, we just looked at 10 countries. Let's pull back and see the pattern. Pattern 1. Theocracies ban competing religions. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Afghanistan. When government and religion are the same thing, other religions are political threats, not just theological disagreements. Pattern 2. Authoritarian states fear foreign influence. Russia, China, Turkmenistan. These governments see American missionaries as cultural imperialism. Religion with foreign headquarters creates loyalty outside state control. Pattern 3. Nationalist governments protect our religion. Russia protects Orthodox Christianity. Israel protects Judaism. These countries define national identity through religion. Foreign religions threaten that identity. Pattern 4. Failed states can't protect religious freedom. Somalia, Afghanistan. When governments collapse, extremists fill the void. And extremists don't tolerate religious diversity. The big question: are these bans about protecting culture or controlling populations? How does the Mormon Church respond to bans? Strategy 1. Patient compliance. The church obeys local laws. They don't fight bans publicly. They wait. They hope governments change. Strategy 2. Quiet operation. In places like China and Cuba, The church operates quietly, small meetings. No publicity. No confrontation. Strategy 3. Member missionary work. When foreign missionaries are banned, local members do the missionary work. Slower, smaller, but sustainable. Strategy 4. Long-term optimism. Church leaders believe that eventually, everywhere will open. That's why they announce temples in places they can't currently operate. Like Shanghai. Does this strategy work? Sometimes. Cuba opened slightly. Russia closed completely. China is closing down. The church is playing a long game. But the game keeps changing. Here's what all of this actually reveals. Religious freedom is not a universal value. It's a Western value. And even in the West, it has limits. Every country on this list decided that social stability, national identity, or political control was more important than allowing Mormons to proselytize. And here's the uncomfortable truth. From their perspective, they might be right. Think about it from Russia's perspective. You're trying to rebuild national identity after Soviet collapse. The Russian Orthodox Church is a pillar of that identity. Then American missionaries show up teaching a competing version of Christianity with loyalty to Salt Lake City. That's not just religion. That's geopolitics, or China. You're an authoritarian government that demands total loyalty. Then a foreign organization with 74,000 missionaries worldwide tries to build parallel community structures in your country. That's not just faith. That's a threat. I'm not saying these governments are right. I'm saying we can't understand these bans without understanding what governments fear about religion. And what they fear is simple. Alternative loyalty structures. Governments want citizens loyal to the state. Religions create citizens loyal to God, or prophets, or international church headquarters. When those loyalties conflict, governments crack down. And missionaries, especially foreign missionaries, represent that conflict visibly. So, 10 countries, 10 bans, one pattern? Governments ban Mormon missionaries when they see them as threats. Threats to national religion. Threats to political control. Threats to cultural identity. The Mormon Church responds by waiting, complying, and hoping governments change. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. 3 questions for you. 1. Should governments have the right to ban foreign missionaries? 2. Is the Mormon strategy of quiet compliance smart or cowardly? 3. Which of these 10 countries surprised you most? Drop your answers in the comments. Subscribe if you want more investigations like this, where we skip the fluff and get straight to what actually matters. On Mormon Deep Dive. Thanks for watching.